So once again, I just record and let me repeat this in the record. Design how to type the choose layers. It might be fun to kind of play around with the reference and see if you can design a really cool the choose layers typing. Okay, so we're going to use Zsphere. So under sub 2, you can go ahead, insert, and pick Zsphere. Here we go. Scale it into the size you like. So obviously, let's turn on a transparency so that we can still see where the location of the other hole is. And I'm gonna, there we go. And I'm gonna start it from the bottom. You can start it from the top too if you, well, this time let's start it to the top because so that it can go around. Turn on move, and then you just move it in location. I'm gonna move it out a little bit, like that, so that a shoe's kind of hanging. Okay, and this time I'm gonna make a little easy for the sake of the time on the demo. So I'm not going to do that type knot like that. I'm gonna let it just hanging. Okay, but the technique is gonna be the same if you're gonna do that. So I'm gonna move it right there. There we go. Okay, so the trick is you want it to make the brush size smaller so that you don't pick something else, move some other part of the joints. So now you drag, you turn on draw, you started to drag and then hold shift. So that is same size. And then you add alt to drag a little bit, let go, and then you started to move to relocate it. So this one I'm gonna relocate right on top. There we go. The good thing about when we use a Zsphere is you can go back and edit in edge. It's much easier than using a curve brush. So now I'm gonna drag, started to draw, press Q, shortcut, drag first, and then hold shift, drag a little bit, and then you can add alt so that you can drag it out. Let go of everything, switch to move, W key, basically. So you might need to tumble your scene until you see, get to the area that you can see. Avoid penetrating, but the inside doesn't really matter. I mean, because it's inside, right? Nobody will see it when we convert it. And if you press A is a preview mode of the adaptive skin. So the A shortcut came from this. Under adaptive skin, right there. Now adaptive skin, there's an option. Right now, it uses a Dynamash 556 resolution, density to 2, time dose. Now, let's do 1. And I'm going to turn on density to 1. So make it like solid. It's easy to manipulate it when we convert them. And then when you finish, make some adjustment later. You can go ahead using a converter to Dynamash after. Now press A to go back and keep going. Draw. So I think I'm gonna keep this side, my right side. So left to right and left to right. So I put that in. So I'm gonna have to hold shift key, add control, drag, let go, move. And don't add too much detail yet, just straight line. That's all you need, straight line. go. And then I'm gonna add another one. Switch to Q, drag a little bit, add shift, add control, drag, let go of the mouse, switch to W, and then keep going. Now, it will penetrate the inside there. Can you see on the shoe tongue? No big deal, because later on we can add Zsphere on the center. Let me show you quick. So later on we will do this. We will add Zsphere on the center, and then we move it out. And then we may have to add a few more, but we don't want to do it now, because if we do it now, it will become too much. We do it later. So now I'm going to keep going. So these, I think I did it wrong. This one should be outside. So right here, outside. I just try to memorize. Hey guys, you could move, you can grab, can you see you can grab this link to move the whole thing together. So this will be outside, and that will be go in. And once again, these are kind of free form, so they are unlike Maya software that you can move in a constrained direction or stuff like that. Here we go. Okay, so this one is out. Okay, and then I'm gonna draw, hold shift key, control, drag a little bit, let go, ouch, Q, sorry, W key, here we go. So this one will skip. There we go. So it means going over the top, get inside and come under, and then go to the top again. So here we go. And overlap the surface a little bit is okay. On top of the hole at least. Drag and shift, Alt or Control, let go. Now you can move. W key. I mean, some of you may try to do it quick, which is okay too. I just try to be a little more, make it a little more precise, not exactly, but so that it's easier when I try to make more adjustment. Shift, oh, here we go. Okay. Ouch. Are you guys doing okay? There we go. Use shortcut, guys. Q and W, basically. Q, Shift, W. Save often, might crash. And save into different version also, just in case things go wrong. And okay, I almost done with one side. I picked the demos too long. I should have do only like 5 holes or something like that. 5 pairs. Too bad. It already happened. And I can't stop now. And make sure when you move your sphere, each link, they are not too close until the link become transparency. If the links become transparency, so it means it's overlapping. So it's gonna either twist or fold it, and it's gonna be a little more work to touch up. So avoid that. A little longer gap is okay. We can move them closer later if we need to. Okay. And I think this one will go right there. Okay. And if the position are not good, it's okay. Just get everything like get overall done first, and then we can come back and make adjustment later. And okay, this one will go under and come out. Yep. And if you make a mistake, you just undo it. Save often. Now this one, good. Oh. There we go. What's that sound come from? Ventilation. Here we go. So I'm gonna pause the record and then I'm gonna just keep going. I think you got enough information how to move things. So we're gonna record it again. So now we are here. So I wanted to have a similar look on the left and right. So the right need to be inside too. Just Q, Shift, Control, and almost done. Ouch. Okay, so I am done at the moment. Look like this for now. So I press A. This is how it look. Okay. I'm gonna check on the side. Seems good. We can touch up later. Okay. So now I'm gonna have to go back to one. Started to edit the overlap. So first, let's break it down to the center part first. Center gets easier to break down like center and then move out. There we go. So now when I build the shoe tongue, I really need to consider about make it a slightly bit smaller because this shoelace right here will flatten it. Now when you do flatten it, basically you're gonna just sculpt them. Let me press A again. Sculpt these parts to be thinner and then come out. So something like that. And so we're gonna go back to A again and transparency. Gonna bring that one in. Up. Move. There we go. So and don't add too many yet, just until you have enough. Make it come out. It might look a little awkward, but because it's still low poly and we want it to keep as low as possible until we're sure that we wanted to increase the detail. I mean, the thing is like if I add more joints on it, I'm gonna have to move more joints, so the chance of they're looking crooked will be really high. Okay. There we go. That need to be oh. Oh, my brush size is too big. Be careful about brush size. When it's too big, it might grab the neighbor of the joint. Oh, I'm missing this section. There we go. I'm gonna move that. Oh no. Come on now. A little higher. So basically, based on what you see, I will have to add second joint and third joint here in order to get enough bending and so on. Like for example, if I do right there, make it round, there we go, like wrapping around on top of the shoelace, the shoe tongue, but still need to be beneath of the quarter part of the shoes. So there we go. And you can sculpt like indents of the shoe tongue. Only the part of the imprint. Yes. See, like this section need to come out. Need to go down. So I add, move, push it in. There we go. Okay. That one can be in a little. Okay. Then that one probably has to add too, right here. Center of it. Right there. Up. And then you can bump it up a little. There. I'm gonna just add because I think in this case I know we need it, so keep adding. Let me turn that. Add. So now I have more section now. Now on these, they'll be the same. Here we go. So there's a bunch more stuff now. If you turn on polyframe, you will see they have separate polygroup. That's exactly what we wanted, because when we convert them, if I press A, can you see? When we have more polygroup, it's easier for us to move each individual. Like you can do Control-Shift-High to some part of the polygroup and touch it up, things like that. So now I'm gonna shorten my video a little bit. So pretend that this is what I like. Okay, guys. So now this is what you need to do. When you know that this is what you wanted, let me save this quick. And then I'm gonna Control-Shift-T, save A. So there's A, 8 and 8A, just in case something wrong with this. So pretend that I like the shape. Obviously, this is just only 10% of working. You're gonna click on Make Adaptive Skin. Now, when you do that, it will create a skin. You will have to import this back. Okay, so now to import it back, because it's already inside the two palettes, you go back to your Zsphere, and the Zsphere, you're gonna hide them. I mean, I hide it already, and I'm gonna highlight something else so that you won't distracting you. And I'm gonna choose a pen or insert, doesn't matter. And then choose the skin. Skin Zsphere, here we go. And now it's the skin, okay? So when I activate, I'll click there, here we go. So now it looks like this. So in this case, see if I do Control-Shift-Click, I can hide partially, and I can adjust them a lot easier. Now, at this moment though, you also has all of this geometry. We can optimize a little bit, okay? If you look at under geometry, and then you have a edge loop, we can delete some edge loop that are less than 45 degree and no, that's more than 45 degree. So this is what we get. Can you see? When I click, it's optimized a lot. So in this way, you can just move only partially. Like for example, I can use move brush, use move topology at this moment. I can make adjustment like this. See, just a little touch up. So you have two options. You can do this, or you can touch it up while you are on Zsphere. So two ways. Now, let's see what happened to this. I forgot to add Zsphere. That's why I don't have any subdivision there. So what can I do? Well, you can use ZModeler. And you're going to right click on the edge, makes the brush size really small. Right click on the edge, right click on the edge, and then you can choose insert, single edge loop. And now I can add, here we go. Can you see I got another loop there, and then I can bend them all. Same here. If you want this loop, can you see I can add that, and I can modify them. So I'm not going to do that yet, because I don't want to go crazy with the edge loop yet. Okay. So here we go. And that's it. And then later on when you're done, you convert it to a data mesh. Or you can do under geometry, you can add, you can divide it. Subdivide, can you see I divided more. So now can you see when you use a subdivision of geometry, the good things is this, you can go back to level 1, touch up, go up to level 2, go to level 3. And when you're done, you can convert them to data mesh also if you wanted to. When we do the technique of using a regular topology, not dynamics topology, like standard topology like this, you can export it to other software like Maya or any other game engines. Now, if you use data mesh, you have to remesh them. And if you remember, we did that a little bit on the first section on last semester. And if some of you want to know, I can help you to do it too. So at the moment, I'm not going to demo on that. So I'm going to go back to level 1 again. And then I'm going to just make adjustment. There we go. So I use move topology brush because it will help to kind of forcing to move only the topology, the loop that cover within the brush. So there we go. Now this may not be perfect. I mean, if I do it by myself, I would adjust it based on the Zsphere first before I come to this. And now the other thing you could do is you can build the shoelace of the tip. Let me go back before this. Okay, before I subdivision, because if I subdivision, I have to collapse the division in order to be able to use a ZModeler. So I'm going to use ZModeler, and I'm going to change the brush size a little smaller, and I'm going to add detail on the tip of the shoelace, the top, the beginning and the end. So I'm going to add a loop, one loop there to finish, and I'm going to basically make this smaller so I can grab. Let's do another loop there. Okay. So you can use a scale 2, or you can use deflate brush. Inflate and alt click to deflate it. Okay. And once again, guys, you can do this with a data mesh. So it's totally up to you. I just try to give you more option what you can do with it. There we go. And I'm gonna have to make a little adjustment. Okay. And I can bolt it up a little bit right there using inflate. So that when you use an inflate brush, basically it's move, expanded direction of the normal, that's all. There we go. And I'm gonna just touch up. And if I press, you can press D. Now these are dynamics mesh subdivision right here. This option is allow you to, if you think of like you're using a Maya software and then you press 3. But on 3 Maya software, you can use crease edge to control the edge, right? So now what you can do is you can move this thing, can you see? Like closer. And you can actually do creasing too. I'm going to turn it off. So you can turn on and off, and something like that. Okay. So I am not going to do preview. I just want to show you that you can if you want to. And I think that's it for today. And we're going to continue to work. I want you to continue to work on this. And let's see what you have on Tuesday of next week. I want to see the shoelace. Okay. And did I make you guys doing a the insole undersole submit today or not? Did I forget? Sorry guys, my migraine is just giving me kind of forgettable things. Oh yeah. Make sure you submit to this section too. So now we're going to have shoelace section. Another in-class exercise. Boot part 2 lace. Nope, not file, sorry. Discussion. There we go. And in-class. So when you do lace, not race, okay. You need to zoom in, like overall first. You could do like Shift S, and I'm gonna, come on, move it. There we go. So I turn on a solo transparency. Wait, hold on. What am I turning on? I think transparency doesn't look good. I want you to turn on a, hold on, let me clear the screen quick. Control N. Turn on polyframe and don't turn on transparency. And then you just do screen cap, like Shift S. There we go. Zoom in to see the detail. Shift S and so on. Okay. Here we go. Oh, this doesn't look good at all. Hold on, let me do it again. Control N. Picky. Here we go. Shift S. This section are nice, so I'm gonna go a little bit here. Shift S. Okay, Shift S. Now I can go to texture, texture, and grab dot, and then you will get this texture. Just export this. So go to, where's my export? Right there. Export as a JPEG. And I'm gonna call layers. Okay. And then okay. So now I'm gonna put it there. But I'm gonna re-upload the image, the one that more complete than today, this weekend. But this is just example that what you need to submit, the image. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna stop now. Let me check real quick, and then you can stay or keep working. I'll be in here.
Can you help me with like crayon when you get
Yes, I will. And I will help you burn on your. Sam, you here? Sorry, I can't hear you guys.
I'm here.
Okay, I should be able to hear you guys. Sam, you okay, Sam?
Yeah, I'm here.
Emily, do you need any help?
I'm here.
Good. And do you guys need any help? People outside class? Michael? Yeah.
Hey, sweet. How you doing?
Good. Thank you. Isaiah, Skylar, I think I saw
Here.
you. Thank you. Tyler, yes. Aaron, I saw your name. Sydney, yes. Molly is not here. Diana, yes. Zach, yes. Erica right there. Biana,
I'm here.
got you. And Vernon. All right, guys. So I will help the other people. I'm gonna stop the share screen quick so that you can see the classroom. Okay.
Yeah, I decreased the size to 12 inches.
Okay.
I can't remember
The setting is custom, and you can select balance. That's good. Overview. And let's go to quick setting. Rough. 2 mm high. Good. Shelf is 2.3. Yes.
3.
Now, the next thing we need, we can skip all of these because they say go to base layer. Sorry, support and bridging. Bridging. And let's change to, let's do 55. You can try. It's easy. Press enter. Now, go down. Right there, support type, and then you can click new or name it, put something that you need to overlay it, or you don't want to just put it in, and then click plus sign. Plus sign, that's it. And then click export. Oh no, sorry, done. And then click the time, the watch. Oh, we get a chance. That's good. That's correct. That's correct. No, no, no. As long as they have a similar property with soul, hole, and legs.
We still got project two next week, right?
Project two, this project, no, we move it to this project to project three. So entire semester, this is
Oh,
So
I mean
the due
the
date.
figure, the figuring.
Yeah.
So is it next week? Is it Thursday? Is it
No,
says-
next
week is.
No, no,
No,
no.
it'd be next week.
Because it says on D2L,
Oh,
project
you're
two.
changing? Oh, no, I thought I turned it
Okay.
off. I thought I turned off
It
project
still
two.
says project two.
Okay.
On the
Yeah.
side, that's why I was getting confused. with that.
No, it should be like before semester end, before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And then during Thanksgiving and last week, we just do 2D print surface in 3D print.
So I've got a big,
Also, you can cut that. Can you? Okay, let's try.
So read up in the garage.
Yeah. So let me read. So can you move a little bit so that we won't get too close to each other? The Boolean operations cannot be performed because some input sub-two are invalid. Oh, non-manifold. Oh, okay, so, we gotta convert it to that. So that helps to fix that.
so this guy needs, they need to be,
Oh, the box doesn't have to.
the box.
No, the body, I think the body, that's the problem, not the box.
What do you do?
Chance to, yeah, so, but you gotta be hard, 2,000 might not be. Let's try 4,000. Oh, no, I think it's in, let's take a look, see if your detail is still there. If detail's still there, just stick with it.
Yeah.
Still there. You
Yeah.
might need to touch up, no?
Yeah.
So let's try pretend that we done. Let's do two. Save as, so that if it crashes or something different. Show on the drive, so that is because it's used a lot of memory
Yeah.
to. Okay, and just trim only the big one, just to see if it works. Everything else. That's okay. Wow. So in this case, what we need to do is, after you get a mesh, duplicate them and try to cut some part off, so that they are smaller, so that we can see where to fix them. So turn on the light. Okay, so duplicate that,
Yeah.
and then hide one with them first, so that you know what you want, what are you doing. And then this one, try to, yes, delete everything, leave it only the hair, I will just the hair part. Can you go to display option? Go to display option. Right below the tool.
Oh, okay.
Below that tool. Down. Really?
Oh, you mean like down below?
Display, display option. Keep going. Right, almost on the bottom. Display, turn on double side, so that we can see. Now go ahead, get rid of the surface that you want. Just kind of copy behind, so that you can be even.
Mr. LeBron.
You might need to use it.
LeBron James.
Uh-oh.
LeBron James.
Yeah, because. Doesn't have to be different. All right. Yeah, you can leave it like that. Okay. So now go to geometry. Delete hidden. Modify topology. Delete hidden. Right there. And then now fill hole.
Fill hole? Where's that?
Right next to it. Somewhere there.
Insert.
Fill hole.
Close holes?
Yes, close hole, sorry, I got used to my software. Okay, so now, let's read that answer again. You don't have to do 2,000 this time. You could just do, just leave it 2,000. Nope, take it one.
Greg Marlowe, Greg Marlowe. Arcade.
Here we go, good, okay, now, so, let's try to boolean just only this guy, see how it works. So if it's working, so it means you can go back and subdivide your section. It would be nice if you still have the original before you combine all of them, so that you can just combine only partial and head, torso, arm, and so on.
I think I have it, but I did all the detail work whenever it was all
Oh,
together,
okay.
once I posted it.
Oh, you have to turn on the head. Where's the head? Oh, it's on, yeah. You have to turn on that shape, the box. You didn't turn on the box. Turn display, right there. Is it on?
That's the one, it's on.
Turn on right frame on the data. Polyframe, turn on polyframe. So that we can see the polyframe. Right there. See, it's too low.
That one, that's.
Okay, that's good. So, we turn on only the one, now it's good.
How'd you draw it?
So it means that's it, your
I
geometry,
do not know how you do that.
which impossible to try to figure it out there.
Mhm.
So,
it's just
better to
something
keep,
geometry.
yeah, just keep turning the, yes. It's always like this, that's why I keep really telling you that from the beginning, I said 2 different steps.
Mhm.
So if something really wrong, at least you can go back into some point that you don't have to redo it all over.
So, if I can figure out where in the model.
That might be, yeah.
That might be the easiest way to split it into
Right, right.
legs and the torso and the.
So you might have to look at it could be like this. Some part of your model might have
I don't know why it's
a
like,
gap, a big gap.
he just doesn't give people.
Not really overlap like this, it's just like, maybe like this, angle, instead of touch.
I feel like he gives me a 97.
And that,
That, so there's just some small problem somewhere that's.
yeah.
I
I know. It
Yeah.
happened to me when I first, like, early years.
If
Even
I
now
decide-
sometimes.
If I decide not to do this,
Yeah, yeah.
can it, will it still print fine? If I decide not to put that hole in it, will it still mess up with printing, or should it still be okay?
You just didn't like those.
We
buttons.
will not know until you export.
Okay.
If it says something, and now the good things about Megamotor is it will say that an error,
Mhm.
and if they can't fix, they just shut it down. You can't do anything. But if there's an error and they
I mean,
say,
it's-
would you
yeah,
like to
it's-
fix, let them fix it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Now, when they fix it, the only thing is that we will not know exactly that the print will come out as a big hole, or some part, like, let's say you have something like this gap. There might be sign to close it, so you can have an extend tab, like that. So it's just a little thing.
Okay.
That's, so it means that's good, you still can print it,
I can still
but,
print, okay.
yeah. But it just keep crashing or
See, we're all-
doesn't do anything, so in that case, you have to really come in.
Yeah, okay.
Shoes and monster, bro. Shoes and basketball. Yeah, illustrator. I mean, yeah, that's, I feel like that's where we try.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go to upload the video first, and I'll be back. Shoeless today.
I've been wanting to do